And small business owners telling Congress exactly what they think about Obamacare. Today, several business owners testifying before the House Committee on Small Business. Grip Jenkins reports from Capitol Hill.
We've had abundant testimony on this committee. The rules and regulations are one of them, and this is another one that we're talking about today, are killing jobs in America, killing job hiring prospects in America today when we need to be able to hire people. How much more is this going to cost small businesses like Mr. Wine-Stanley's who are working on a narrow profit margin just to be able to comply with another government mandate?
For small business owners, Greta, who have 50 or more employees, they are mandated by the new health care law to provide insurance or pay a fine. But what about business owners who have more than one business, none of which exceed that magic number of 50, but when you add them all up, it's over 50? Well, that's known as the aggregation rule, and it was the focus of a congressional hearing today. Ellis Winstanley owns a variety of businesses, among them 8 restaurants in Austin, Texas.
It impacts us greatly because it ends up putting the restaurants together where they've all got to be insured as a group. So our little 15-person, 24-hour diner has to be insured as though it's a company of 300 or 400 people. The challenge is really the administrative burden associated with it. So you've got an industry that caters to people seeking a flexible working environment, whether they're students or people just working an extra job to make ends meet or in between careers or whatever. I mean, they need that flexible work environment. You've got to have a situation, though, that can be sustained. And what's the way the aggregation rule is working right now, it'll force the restaurants to incur a cost that they can't sustain. So other things will have to change, and I'm sure it'll be a combination of things. But ultimately, I think that it will not be positive for the employees and for the customers.
Donna Baker finds herself right on the cusp of compliance. She owns 4 businesses in rural Michigan, a well-established CPA firm, a growing payroll company, a women's retail shop, and a stake in her husband's dairy farm.
I recently was told from my insurance company that my current plan for my employees in the CPA firm and the payroll had been canceled. They mapped me to a new plan that actually has reduced benefits. It would have a higher copay. That plan would have an additional cost of 40 to 44%. So that cost alone is going to be very difficult to absorb in just this couple small entities that I am providing insurance. If with the new aggregation rules, if it requires me to aggregate all of the employees and extend that to all of the different entities, it'd be a big burden. Yes.
It's just generally it's a buzzing distraction in the back of your head all the time. But how are we going to handle this? What are we going to do to get in front of it? How are we going to be competitive in the workplace, but be viable at the same time? And so it's been a never-ending distraction for the last few years. And I think what you've seen with a lot of insurance companies is they've preemptively increased premiums in an attempt to get in front of it as well, which has just made the problem worse.
You know, anything that hinders the growth in our economy, why do we have it?
Coming up